Today on the live stream, we have two amazing calls out there, one on the NASDAQ and the other on the S&P 500. And more specifically, I'm referring to this zone right over here. We see the NASDAQ in the afternoon came right down to it, kissed it, rejected back out. We look at the S&P 500, we can see that same kind of zone right over there. We basically wicked through it and popped right back up. So how was I able to identify that level? Now, if you guys run the live stream, you already know what tools I use to identify that level. If you weren't on the live stream or you're unsure after being on the live stream how that level came to fruition, then this video is going to be for you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to a trading view chart real quick. And we're going to start off with the NASDAQ. I'm going to use a basic 30-minute chart. Now, you do need to know how to use the Fibonacci retracement and extension tool. Now, for this example, the first thing I want to do is I want to grab my Fibonacci retracement and measure the low out here from the prior day all the way up to the Asia session high. Then I want to go ahead and just draw a little zone right between the 50 and 61.8 level. And look, that's exactly where we came in before the market bounced out. But wait, now to illustrate how to come up with these zones on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, I went ahead and went on to TradingView. I cleared everything else off the chart. And we're going to need to know how to use the Fibonacci retracement tool and the Fibonacci extension tool. Now, the first thing to note, notice the day before this level occurred, we had a low come in right here about 4:30 or so in the morning. We rallied up all day long on Monday. So what I want to do is I want to look for where's the basic Fibonacci retracement of this big leg on the way up. Now, something I talk about quite often is looking between the 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci levels. And if we just simply draw the zone out right there, you can see we do have a zone within that area, but wait, there was more to that level than just a basic Fibonacci retracement level. Now, when we did that analysis in the morning, it was probably somewhere right around 9 o'clock or so. And notice what we did overnight. We had that push down. We had this ugly consolidation right there. Well, that sets up two different patterns. The first one could be an A to B equals C to D pattern. For this, we need to grab the Fibonacci extension tool. And then we're going to just start to click right up here at the top of the swing point, drag it all the way down to the bottom, and then back up towards the swing high. Notice where that level comes in, right here at 21,310.5, dead smack between the 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight this consolidation pattern that we had in play from the overnight session. Now, something else we can do is grab the Fibonacci extension tool, measure from the top of that consolidation down to the bottom, and then click again. Notice where we come in. Again, we fall right between the 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci level. So all within this zone, we have three different points of confluence. We have a basic Fibonacci retracement. We have an A to B equals C to D pattern. Then we basically have an expansion to the downside of this consolidation area that we've had. Now, if you thought that was only on the NASDAQ, let's jump over and take a look at the S&P real quick. Now, I want to make you guys aware of two amazing prop firm deals out there. My Funded Futures right now. Buy any evaluation account and get a free reset. Also, if you're a new client with My Funded Futures, you get 50% off any evaluation account. And Take Profit Trader, one of my favorite prop firms out there, 30% off all evaluation accounts. And once you pass the evaluation, no activation fee and daily payouts are possible. To take advantage of these two offers, use the links in the description box down below. Now, let's come over and look at the S&P real quick and do the same analysis once again. Grab your Fibonacci retracement tool, measure swing low all the way up here towards the swing high. And if we zoom this out, notice where we came down to. We actually breached just below the 61.8, just a smidge of a bit. Now, when I did the analysis this morning before the market actually opened up, we were somewhere within this area. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight this consolidation area, something like this. So we had a consolidation, but we also had that move down in Asia, which could then be part of an A to B equals C to D pattern. We measure A to B, B to C, and we project down for D. Notice where that level comes in, right between the 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci level. Then we grab the Fibonacci extension tool once again. And all I'm doing is measuring how wide this consolidation is and then projecting that we're going to do the same thing to the downside once again. And notice what we come up with. We have a zone right here between the 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci levels. Now, if we zoom this out, we did wick a little bit below that area. We actually went below this Fibonacci retracement 61.8 level, and then we rejected and came right back up. We actually, wicked through it and closed with a hammer candle. So how can we use that level? Well, one, we can use it for target locations. one of the things I was talking about in this morning's analysis video was the fact that if we got below the overnight value area low, this was going to be the target location I most certainly wanted to focus on. And we can see after the stream, we actually made it down towards that area and then boop, right back up. So think about these levels not only as potential target locations, but also areas where we can look for a bounce in the market. So if you like to play reversals, these areas are great because one, you have the area already defined on your chart. Then all we have to do is look for some type of reversal pattern and then boom, pounce on it and we're ready to go. Now, if you guys would like to learn the difference between My Fund and Future Starter and Starter Plus plan, make sure to watch this next video right here.